We are covering the Crawford versus Madrimov fight. Just went down, super exciting, crazy close contest. You guys are gonna wanna stick around for the highlights and the breakdown. Round number 1 and 2 from these two spectacular fighters was very close. Like very close rounds, really a feeling out process. Both so good at movement, but really difficult for Madrimov to get anything landing because Crawford is just so good at creating that distance. But we do see a nice little combo from Crawford at the end of the round. And something that's interesting in this fight is Crawford is so much the favorite. Remember, he is the one going up in weight class, trying to win his 4th world title at different weight classes. This is impressive. And he's talking about Canelo if he wins this fight, but size does make a difference. In round number 3, we see a nice jab land and then a really good cross from Madrimov. Now, one of the things that's interesting is Crawford is fighting out of his southpaw stance, but if you've watched him compete before, he can switch very easy back and forward. But right now, he starts getting caught just a little bit with that cross. But really in these early rounds, the key to me of everything that's happening is these two fighters are trying to feel it out, feel each other out, and there's so much movement and so many feints, and it's so hard for either of them to close the distance because they are both so skilled and they understand range so well. In round number 4, we see Madrimov really start to have success with that cross. Just sort of throwing it in, and he's actually landing, which is crazy impressive because Crawford is so hard to hit and equally as difficult not to get countered against. By round number 5, what I'm really noting is how good the defense is on both these guys. Spectacular. And keep in mind, if you're looking to up your defense, I have a course out where I focus strictly on how to block kicks, punches, drills that help me win these belts. You guys can find the link right down there. And the footwork from Crawford's opponent, it just doesn't stop. He's always moving. I don't think in this round I actually see him drop his heels down one time. It's big game plan, big strategy, not stand still against Crawford. Early in round number 6, we see Madrimov throw the cross and get a spectacular head roll. Very often when people throw, when they miss, they just kind of hang there, but we can see he's preemptively planning his exit strategy. The cross comes in, he's already into that evasion. Doesn't matter if the punch lands or not, he's not gonna get hit, and he's not gonna allow Crawford to counter him. A little later in the round, we see good pressure from Crawford, really letting those hands go, but he might need to up the pressure even more, because according to some of the judges, or the unofficial judges, he might be falling a little bit behind. Going into round 7, it's really, to me, this distance battle. I know people struggle to understand range. If you're trying to get down range, easy way is just start understanding exactly how far you need to be away from something. Just touch stuff. Just walk around and touch and gauge distance. These guys are masters at it, and it's spectacular to watch. And then we see a strong finish from Crawford in round 7. Round number 8, we see Crawford firing away on some good hands, and then a little bit later in the round, letting go a really long body hook. I don't like how people always think, okay, my body hook has to be right here, and they want to be fairly tight. You should be able to throw it at the same range that your jab comes out. So I love the way he's able to demonstrate this for us. Round number 9, we see a great triple jab from Crawford, and then following with kind of a slappy, looping left hook, which goes behind the guard, lands beautifully. When you start sticking out multiple shots down the center, you're gonna see people's guards start to close up, and you create those openings around the back. And then a dangerous, long left hook from Madrimov as the round starts to close out. And right at the very end, we also see Madrimov that cross before where he went to the slip, but he missed the cross, and this time he lands it, but he still gets that little slip out. Something that he practices, and it's definitely something you guys can add to your arsenal. Round 10, early in the round, we see a left uppercut from Crawford, sharp, really dangerous, because that head, once it snaps up, I've had this happen to me once or twice in fights, when the head snaps up from the uppercut, you really lose sight. You're kind of like, oh, why am I looking at the ceiling? Okay, I have to pull my head back. Beautiful shot. And then good pressure from Crawford as the round continues on. He probably knows at this point, he's probably got feedback from his corner, I gotta win these later rounds. Round number 11 is very exciting. Madrimov, he is landing his cross. He's just throwing it out there repeatedly. It's landing. Doesn't mean he steals the round, but the number of times he lands a shot against Crawford, who is just so darn good, it's impressive. And then going into round 12, I think Crawford just goes, you know what, I gotta get this round. Like it's a make or break situation. We see him come out, he's fired up, he's throwing big, hard shots. And then he doubles up on an uppercut, but he leads with the body shot. So he comes down low and then fires up, lands the first one, and then follows with the second. Once you land that first uppercut, if you're able to double up, but not get countered, because of course, once you hit and pull down, you leave yourself exposed. But if you're able to double up, it's a great way to really rattle somebody. And close to the end of the round, we see a sharp cross from Crawford. He most likely puts a stamp on the end of this. And as we go to the judges' scorecards, we see that that last round was super important. He steals it by just that 1 round difference, very close to being a draw. But in the end, Crawford takes it. Can he move up in weight now and fight Canelo? After seeing that, after seeing how close it was with Madrimov, who is obviously a spectacular fighter, I'm questioning whether a move up again is warranted at this point. Maybe he can continue to fight at that 154 weight class and try and collect more belts, get unified there as well. Just a thought, but he'll do what he wants. He's spectacular, amazing fight from both athletes. Thanks for joining today, guys. As always, train hard. I will see you back here soon for another video.